Hello, my name's Kim Spencer and I am making lunch today. I'm going to make some cauliflower soup. It's one of my favorite recipes from Skinny Mixers. The recipe actually calls for chicken. We don't have any chicken today, so I'm just going to make the cauliflower soup. So I just thought I'd show you exactly what the Thermomix can do for you. So turn on the Thermomix and I'm actually going to go to the guided cooking, which has the recipe. So I just swipe, I go to my menu, say my recipes, my saved collections, and scroll down to the Skinny Mixers. Skinny Mixers, it's the creamy chicken cauliflower soup, minus the chicken. If I scroll down, it tells me all the ingredients that I need for the recipe. I'll come and show you. You can see that. So I just went down. And it gives me all the steps that I'll be doing. It tells me that it's an easy recipe. It's going to take 10 minutes, 40 minutes total, and it gives approximately 6 servings. So let's start cooking. So the first step is 800 grams of cauliflower. I'll just put the video back down and I take off my lid. The nice thing about the guided cooking is that it actually measures as I pour things in, so I don't need to pre-measure. So I have my cauliflower that I've already put into my bowl. So I'm going to put my 800 grams. So there's 77, 200, 260, 386, 420, the rest of it in. So it's 746. So that's good. So I hit next. So it says put the measuring cup into the lid, and this prevents anything from flying out, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to chop up all this cauliflower. So hit next. And it says here turn selector to speed 4. For 6 seconds, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like. So all those big chunks of cauliflower is now into tiny little pieces that we can use for cooking. Now it's asking for 600 grams of water. Now I have some actual, and I'll show you this in a minute, some actual stock paste with some water, so I didn't waste any when I made my fresh stock paste. This is a vegetable stock paste. So I'm going to use this as part of my water and then just supplement it with the rest of it. So I'm at 0, so I'm going to pour it in. That's about 400 grams. Top it up with some regular water. It's telling me about 540 grams, 600 even. Look at that. So I'll hit next. Now it's asking for some stock paste, 40 to 60 grams. So what I'm going to do is I've got my stock paste. I've already had some in there. What you can do, if you want to measure it, scroll over, go to my scales, because this one, because it's an approximate, it didn't have the automatic weighing, but I can actually turn the scales on. I think what I'll do is on the lower end at the 40 grams, because I've already had some, there we go, perfect, 1 tablespoon. Because I already had some of the stock paste in the water that I added with the stock paste, I'm not going to add as much. And what this stock paste is, it's a bunch of vegetables that I had in the fridge, like some celery, some carrots, tomato, some herbs, some rock salt. And this is kind of this is what adds the flavor to the soup. So you use this in a lot of the Thermomix recipes, and you can make your own fresh stock. So you're not buying the dehydrated stock cubes in the stores. So now, because I went to the scales, I can go back to my bookmark, and it takes me exactly where I was in my guided cooking. Hit next. Wants me to add half a teaspoon of some black pepper. So I've got my pepper grinder. Put my pepper in. Hit next. So it's asking me to put the Theroma dish on, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not actually adding the chicken. So what I can do is I can just skip that step. It's asking me to put in the 800 grams of chicken, and the Theroma would sit on top and it would steam it. So now it wants me to put the lid back on. And because then I think it wants the steam to escape. And I also have the splash guard, which I'm going to put on just to let some of the steam out. And what it wants me to do, cook it for 15 minutes, speed 2. So now what it's going to do is it's going to cook the water, the cauliflower, and the stock into the soup. And it should basically be done. So I will come back in about 15 minutes. Hello, we're back. So I actually thought I would show you what the Theroma dish looks like. So this is what it looks like. It comes in 3 pieces. So this is the Theroma lid. Also have the Theroma tray. And then the actual Theroma dish. So in this recipe, it was asking to put the chicken into the Theroma dish, which I would have put in here, put it on the bottom. And then if I wanted to, I could also put like some asparagus or something on the top here. Oh, yeah, that's done. Press the button. And then you could put the lid on. And what it was asking is, so you'd have the chicken in the base, and you would put it on top here, and the steam would rise up and it would steam the chicken. So that's why we had the first 15 minutes. Since I'm not doing the chicken, it's not going to take the full 30 minutes. So I think right now it's going to ask me to do something. So let's see where we're remove the Theroma dish, stir the chicken with the spatula to ensure even cooking. So then it wants to add 30 grams of salted butter. Actually, before I do that, I'll just show you where this is kind of mid-cooking. So here's my, there's my soup. As you can see, it's taken on the color of some of the stock paste. So it wants me to add some butter. Because I want to make this dairy-free, you can also add just the olive oil. So what I'll do is add 30 grams. And it does say that the butter is optional, or you can substitute it with oil. And that's what I really like about Thermomix, is that you can actually substitute quite a lot in order to meet your dietary requirements. Got that, hit next. So it wants me to put the Theroma dish back into place. Put my lid back on. So it wanted me to essentially, so if I had that chicken, I would actually put it on top again, and we'd go for another 15 minutes. I'm not going to do that. So here it has the Theroma temp, which is kind of steaming. It's the highest temperature that you get. So rather than 15 minutes, because I've only got the cauliflower, I think it should only take maybe an extra 5 minutes. So I'm going to reduce the cooking time to 5 minutes. I'm going to put my splash guard back on, and I will hit the speed selector to 2, and it'll just cook for another 5 minutes. which I will pause and I will be right back. And we're back. So we're on the last few seconds and it's going to tell me it's done. Just cooling down a little bit. We can hear it bubbling, so I know that it's ready. There we go. That's the familiar sound that tells me that it's done. Next, tells me to remove the Theroma and set aside, which is fine. So I would have taken the chicken off at this point. Tells me to insert the measuring cup, because what we're going to do now is we're going to puree the cauliflower into a soup consistency. So what it's telling me to do, turn the speed selector to speed 4, then increase the speed gradually up to speed 9. So this is going to be a minute. It's going to be a little bit loud, but that's all right. Here we go. So here we go, it's at speed 4 right now. Let's let that go for a few seconds. Now it's at 5. Sounds like it's about to take off. It's kind of like a plane. And when you hear the sound, like it's about to take off. A minute up to 9. Okay, next. So now this should be, ooh, it's a little bit hot. It's always very important to kind of turn it away from you when you're taking the lid off. And there we go. There is, whoop, trying to get it in. That's my soup, if you can see it there. I'm going to pour it into my serving bowl. So this is a serving bowl that you can get with Thermomix. You can get it if you host cooking demonstrations, which you can still do now virtually. So if we have yourself plus 2 other households, you can get one of these for free. And this is really nice because it actually keeps your hot stuff hot and it keeps your cold stuff cold. So I'll pour that in. You can see that. Beautiful texture. Try to bring that over so you can see. It's kind of hard to, need to be taller for this job. So anyways, that's the texture, but I might bring the camera over just so you can see exactly what it looks like. Oh. There we go. It's cauliflower soup. Now the next things that if you were doing the chicken is that you'd actually put the chicken take the chicken out of the Theroma, put it into the bowl. The bowl has blades, and what that would do is it would shred the chicken. So you put that in, shred it, and then you could sprinkle on the top of your soup. So that is one of my favorite recipes. And I thought I'd share it with you today. Anyways, thank you for watching. Take care.